Good morning, guys and girls. We are at, I think it's Delander Park, Delander Park. And behind me is that little road there is the High Trestle Trail. We are spending our last day with Connecticut Yankee Pedaller before we head off to Colorado to a company called Tech that serves the community over there, selling Recumbent. A lot of like adaptive solutions. They'll be like kind of different from the two shops that we've been to already on the van and trike tour, because they're focused on helping people with disabilities to be able to expand their life by cycling. Kind of going to send it off with a fun ride here. The owner, Dave of Connecticut Yankee Pedaller, told everybody, hey, if you want to ride with Matt, he'll be here. And so we've got a bunch of people with trikes. Let's get the trike off the van and let's get this party started. Every time I do this, I get a little bit better at it, and I know exactly how to do it. This bar underneath here doesn't really do almost anything except keep the trike somewhat stable. Trike does fail, or if any of these straps, these two ratchet straps, they would have to have two ratchet straps fail, but if they both fail, then this cable here will keep the trike from falling out. Obviously, it's also a security measure to make sure nobody steals it, but someone would really have to be a fan of Jayoe, like an anti-fan, to want to steal the trike off the back of the van. I mean, maybe in the future, trikes will become so uber popular and valuable that somebody's going to come and, first of all, know what it is and how it works and everything, but then want to come and steal it off the back of the van, and then they'll have to figure out how to do that. You might just want to let them take it, because that's a lot of commitment there. The what? Yeah, I can do it right now. You give it to me, I'll put the laptop up and start moving the... Basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to every bike shop and I'm helping them to make some marketing things happen. So sometimes it's websites, sometimes it's the Facebook page. Little by little, you know, I can go through and help them improve their image a little bit. Hello.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. Bob Knight here.
Okay, what was your name again?
Oh, Larry Stacy.
Larry, okay.
Yep. That's
Pretty cool digs.
Okay, thanks. We're in a city, what do you call this city?
Madrid, not Madrid.
I know, I'm having a tough time. I see that sign, all I see is Madrid, you know?
Not in
In
Spain.
Iowa, we know how to pronounce Nevada.
Nevada?
Nevada, not Nevada, and Madrid is...
Is that an Iowa thing? Like an Iowa sort of accent?
Iowa.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires. Don't kick the tires too hard. All right, let's get her going. I have these new mirrors. They look like eyelashes, but they're pretty nice. I got them from Recumbent Bikes of Tennessee. I kind of got them dialed in. They need a little bit of tweaking, but otherwise good. I see a lot of batteries. I see lots of batteries here. All right, let her rip. Oh, bald eagle. That's nice. That's a good send-off to the morning ride. Okay, so we are on the High Trestle Trail. It's called the High Trestle Trail. Yes, there's high trestles here, I guess. Is there more than one high trestle? I would imagine so. We're on basically an abandoned railway here in Iowa. I think we're just north of Des Moines. Let me ask you guys, because I could find this out on Google, but I don't think it's always necessary just to find something out on Google. Let me just ask you, what is a trestle? Like, I know that a trestle bridge is a bridge that's above, you know, a railway bridge over a valley. But is a trestle the form of the structure or what? Very curious. Yeah, all of these people, I think, know me through the YouTube channel. So what are you riding? You've got a, that's a Scorp, yeah. With the Plus, with the higher seat, a little wider wheelbase. Yep. Hello. Morning. I love the mornings. I love the good mornings. Are we on a downward slope? Because this is really easy for me.
We are.
I feel like we're at about a negative 0.5 or something.
We are on the glide here.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty nice,
And then on the way back,
yep.
you're gonna have to climb it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm like, I can feel this. This is too easy.
The High Trestle Trail Bridge, it goes up a little bit.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, nice start. Almost gives you a false sense of security. You're like, wow, this is easy. I'm gonna really push it now. I like your wooden fender. That's pretty cool. Is it metal just coated to look wood, right? Or is it really wood?
Bamboo.
It's really bamboo. I could totally do that. And the American AZUB flag is pretty neat.
There's a lady on the internet that can print anything. that
Shelly?
you want.
That's not Shelly, is it?
I don't know. but
Okay. Yeah, Shelly used to be, she made me a flag when I was in Taiwan, a huge, beautiful flag. But I was in a massive storm and it blew right off the trike. I mean, that thing was gone. You ain't never gonna find that thing again.
We have a beautiful trail system in the city, and they were working on the section that is our main line. And it's like, as long as we can finagle through there, we have been doing it.
Did you just say finagle?
Finagle, yeah.
You're a woman after my own heart right there. I use finagle all the time. I don't hear it a lot, but I say it a lot. So it ripped out, the wind took it out and it just sort of speared itself into a hay bale.
It did.
Good thing there was nobody around there.
Yeah.
They'd have an AZUB flag sticking out their head. Okay, so that's the notable feature of the High Trestle Trail, I think. That's the High Trestle Bridge. I was really trying to get that effect of all of those shapes sort of moving around. Apparently at night that bridge totally lights up and every single one of those rectangles are accentuated. It's probably pretty neat. But it's neat to ride over it during the day as well, especially on such a nice day as today. So Dave put out the word on this trail ride, and he ideally focused on his customers that have AZUB trikes just like mine. So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TiFly X's. It is pretty cool. I'm not used to seeing so many of my trike around here. We're riding a pretty unique thing, you know that, right? I always like it when these trees sort of wrap around the trail. It almost looks mystical in a way. Like you're riding through a nature tunnel, which is pretty much exactly what you're doing. Aptly described. All right, Dave is way up there with another one of the riders. I'm gonna go see him. Apparently this city is named Woodward. Yeah, so he says the High Trestle Trail is around 25 miles one way, 50 back and forth. So not a exceedingly long trail. All right, let's go.
Hey,
None of that.
Lee already told me. Lee already said that.
Yeah, these mirrors are pretty cool. You can, when you store the trike, you can just flip them over. I thought maybe they would shake out of position, but I think that this bracket here is really, really nice. It holds on to the position of the mirror really well. So this is a new section. The old section, if you were to go up and down, it's about 24, 25 miles.
Yeah, that's right.
But this adds a section which connects to another section.
Yeah, it goes to the Raccoon River Valley.
The Raccoon River Valley Trail. Okay, so this trail went from 25 miles one way to potentially infinite, potentially infinite length, but 100-mile loop, basically. Oh boy, that's cool.
Connected Woodward, where we were just at, had our little stop there. Then it connects that up to all the way to Perry, and we'll have 2 small towns that we'll go through. And
Okay.
but yeah, it just made it really complete and a lot of fun. And
Yeah. I mean, having the ability to have a 100-mile
Loop.
contiguous loop is,
it's just
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, that's one thing I think notable about our trails here in central Iowa, which makes them some of the best, honestly, is that we have several of these loops, and there's
Nice.
like 3 major 100-mile loops in the area.
Now, you've been watching my videos for like about 10 years, you said.
Yeah. Like I say, I told Dave, I said, you should have paid him commission. He's the one that sold the bike, the Trike Tour.
You know, I was just talking to some friends about that, and Dave, when I was talking to Dave, the owner of Connecticut Yankee Pedaller, he said, I don't watch a lot of your videos. And when he said that, I was like, okay, I can gauge the type of conversation that I can have with Dave based on that reply, right? When somebody says, I've been watching your videos for 10 years, I'm at a bit of a loss. I don't know what I could talk to you about, because you probably know, you know, if you got a good memory, you might know more than me.
That's the problem. I do have, my memory's a little tainted. I mean, I was 10 years ago, when I started, then I rode really hard for probably about 5. Then my wife had problems, and
Okay.
I was a caregiver for 3.5 years.
Okay.
So it got put away for a while, but so the last 1.5 years I've been getting back on it and going. So, but
And you said you remember, like, some of the earlier videos you watched, it was me in Japan, maybe? Japan?
well, yeah, I did watch Japan. I also
Okay.
watched the Vietnam series,
Yep,
which I
yeah.
really liked.
Yeah.
I mean, I like all the food segments and everything else.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, Matt? You know what I really like about your videos? The food. And I says to him, you're not alone, my friend.
Oh, it's
A lot of people love watching the food. Okay, let me ask you this: Do you want me to go full mukbang, or do you like the way that I'm doing it? Do you know what mukbang is?
my thing, no.
Okay, all right. Well, he doesn't know. Mukbang is a type of food vlog where you literally, the microphone is about as far away from my mouth as it is now. So you hear, that's literally, so you don't want that.
No,
I could do that for you if you want.
I prefer, just the nice. There's a beautiful
Some good
restaurant.
B-roll, a little ambiance, steam rising off the steak.
And everything
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like all that.
Okay.
It just, to me, it just kind of made it more real. Or
Right.
something.
Well, we're all eating, we're all,
Yeah.
sleeping, and we're all riding,
Yep.
The funny thing is that, like, some of these mukbang channels, they have, like, millions of subscribers, millions of views. And all they do, they have a pile of mashed potatoes or piles of chicken, and they just put it in their mouth. And I'm telling you, the microphone, it's like ASMR. Do you know what ASMR is? It's like food eating. It's like, trust me. Okay, I'll tell you a little story. My dad, I called him the Great White Shark, because when he ate, and this towards the end of his life, he got a little bit more reserved. But like when I was younger, if there was a mashed potato on that thing, he would eat it like it was a seal. And he was a great white shark, you know what I mean? Like he'd come up from below, his jaw would dislodge, and he'd sink his teeth into it, and his eyes would roll back. They turned black. It was crazy. I mean, that's not obviously not that bad, but when I was younger, I used to have to finish the food off my plate as quick as possible, because if not, the great white shark was going to come along.
It was gone.
Yeah, he would take care of business. Yeah. So I developed a repulsion for food sounds. Drove me
I would have to be
crazy. But in China, there's a lot of like etiquette, especially with soups and stuff. There's a lot of slurping. There's a lot of like noise.
Yep.
And God love him, my brother-in-law, Annie's sister's husband.
Yeah.
He was a slurper of them all. And so many meals I had to sit there and just grit my teeth.
Yeah.
And training, after a while, I got used to it, and now it's not so bad. But Yeah, yeah.
You know, I always enjoyed those when you were going around her family too. And those, when you said that, it kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're just showing normal life, people can learn a lot from that. 12% what?
What percent shape do you figure that you're in?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not the best, not the worst.
I was thinking you said not necessarily the best a couple days ago somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my knees need to build up get some trike muscle in there, but
Yeah.
I'm doing okay though. It comes. Just gotta keep going.
I just kind of wonder what you thought in regards to where you were. I mean, you've done so much triking, I figure you kind of know where your body is.
Yeah, I'm at about like 60%, you know? A lot of nice wispy clouds up there. Really nice. Just gotta make sure you cover up for sunburns and whatnot. All right, so this is the end of the road for the turnaround. Then we'll just head back. Perry Station, they say.
Yeah, he was going to get up there.
It says don't climb on it. I was gonna. All right, we had a little bit of an issue. Lee had a chain tube problem. One of the differences with recumbent trikes is that chain is actually so long that as it passes from the front chain ring all the way back to the rear hub, it has so much distance that you have to kind of guide it through, or else it'll rub against different components in the bike. So you have these plastic chain tubes. They also keep the chain from rubbing up against your leg, but I guess it sort of got caught up inside the, what's that called? What is that wheel called that the chain tube was getting stuck into? What's that called? Idler. I couldn't think of it. TiFly heaven. I want to see downtown. I took a wrong turn, and you know what? We're all in this. We're all in this together. Yeah, we were crossing that crossing area, and he hit the crossing sign, and the guy goes, "Wait, wait!" And that same voice throughout all of America. I feel like I even heard that. Wait, even in China. Wait. I was saying you're gonna go to the grocery store one day. You know what? You lead. You're gonna go to the grocery store one day. You're gonna leave your wallet at the checkout counter. The guy behind you is gonna grab it, and he's gonna lean out, reach out his arm, and he's gonna go, "Wait." And you're gonna go, "You're the guy. You are the wait guy. Wait, wait." All right, so we turned around. Today is like nothing like a huge ride, but I'd like to put some miles down on my way to Colorado. We are headed from Connecticut Yankee Pedaller to a company called Angletech. Angletech, they call angle because what am I sitting at? I'm sitting at sort of an angle. I'm pretty sure that's the name, where that name comes from, the fact that they deal in a lot of recumbent bicycles, trikes, adaptive vehicles. So I've met them many times. I consider them friends. I've met them at the CycleCon many times, so it'll be nice to actually, oh, there's a skeleton. Fun. Oh, no, wait. It doesn't even say wait. Some solar panels here. You can hear some wind blowing through the inverter or the battery system right here. I don't know if you can hear that. There's certainly a cooling fan. Something going on. Hey guys, how's it going? These guys have just seen something start to finish that few have been able to witness, which is me like launching the drone, going through a bunch of different scenarios, into the forest, out in the plains, out in the farmlands, curvy roads, straight roads, ups and downs. Then I send the drone ahead, I land it so that I can pick it up en route.
Yep.
Then I swap the batteries, put the cap on, fold the props, get my other camera out, because it's not like the end. It's like the end of the flying.
Right.
And then you have to do the next phase, which is this camera. No, that was, honestly, that was fun for me to know that you guys were watching the whole thing. Because normally I'm doing that all alone, you know?
Yeah. I can't wait for you to drop your road.
Right, it was very clean. The whole thing was very clean.
Very clean.
Up and down does have its benefits because you know exactly what's coming on the way up. You can, you know, check out areas. Maybe I'd like to fly the drone here. Maybe I'd like to do something here and there. And then on the way back, you can tackle those things. And you might think of something as you pass it, which happens to me a lot when I'm cycling around the world. I'll think, oh man, I should have went that way down there, and I should have done this thing over there, but I passed it up, and my rule is to never backtrack, you know. But when you are doing an up and down route, then you can kind of like really map out returning opportunities. I can see my van in the distance up ahead. It's so funny, it sticks out like a sore thumb. But I think we've got about 56 kilometers total, so nice ride. I'm gonna grab something to eat and then hit the road. I hope I can put down about, I don't know, 300 or 400 miles today would be nice. But I feel like the ride to Colorado is in the realm of 900 or 1,000, so I'll still have a big day tomorrow. But it's been a good ride. Got some nice drone footage. If you're interested in a trail that isn't gonna break your bones, or, you know, depending on how fast, I mean, you can go as fast as you want on this trail, right? You can make it work for you, but no real difficulties like hillsides or, you know, heavy road traffic. That's pretty nice. The High Trestle, and then it's got a nice big artistic themed bridge along the way. Who could ask for more? I'm gonna say goodbye to my friends here. Maybe we'll get food. I don't know what the plan is, if they're just gonna kick me the hell out. But I see a cold beer sign. Hansa, what have you done to me, man? I'm looking at cold beer signs thinking, sounds about right to me. I think I could probably have one beer and then head off. And a burger. Hey guys, thanks for watching the episode. If you're interested in following along on the Van and Trike Tour, check out my Map My Travels map in the description below. It shows the path I'm taking, and it'll be updated with dates as I progress along the route. The map was built on an app designed by my friend Tice, and it's something that I've been using since I started cycling around Asia almost a decade ago. Upload routes, customize your points, and even attach videos and images to each point. It's a fun way to share your journey, and it's available now if you're interested. Tice is offering a 50% discount on a coupon code that you can get by capturing the QR code on the screen or just by clicking on the links below. It's a great way to share your tour and help out a fellow cycle traveler. Thanks again, and catch you in the next episode.